Hey, welcome back, guys. We're in the hay fields. We got one load of big squares of hay to finish loading out. I feel so far behind, it ain't even funny. We're gonna try and small square bale straw tonight. I've been back and forth on, well, do we just go big square bale so we can get it done, but we did get some kids rounded up to help unload today, a couple of them. So we'll get some wagons empty. Holy cow, is it hot in here. My wife, we're gonna get these last 18 bales loaded, and then I'm gonna go start small square baling. It's gonna take me till about 1 o'clock before I finally get there with the baler, which sucks, but I wanna get 1,000 bales off. They're talking about getting my wife induced on Monday, possibly. So we're running out of time. I wish Straw could wait, but he wants to plant beans. So we gotta get on that, like green on grass, and get it baled off for him. All right, this portion of the field's done. We got 4 bales on, whatever that means, 14 to go. Feel like we're really getting through it pretty good. Let's switch to the next portion of the field. But yeah, I don't know. I got some business philosophy I'll throw at you here. I believe you say what you mean and you mean what you say. And if you make a promise to do something or make a commitment, you're going to follow through on it. I knew going into this, my wife was going to be due end of July, and that he wanted to plant beans in. I thought we had a few more weeks we could get straw done, and there'd be an off chance we could be busy with second cut when she was due. Looking at the schedule now, if she would stay to her original due date, we'd actually be in a pretty slow period between the early second cut and the later second cut. No, it's going to come in the middle of straw, possibly. Her blood pressure's a little high this time around. I think it's heat and everything else. Stress probably isn't helping either one of us. But when I make a commitment to somebody, I fully intend on following through on that. I know this is kind of some extreme circumstances. We weren't intending to have me go to the urgent care a few days ago and get stitches. We weren't planning to get induced this early. But it's like, you know, you show up late to work. You know, for the most part, the boss don't care why you're late. It just matters that you're late and you need to do better, you know. I mean, there's always any circumstances, but at the end of the day, when there's work to get done, it doesn't matter your reasons for not getting it done or not following through on the commitments you have to make. You're liable, you're responsible for those things, and if you say something to somebody and they're banking on you doing it and you don't follow through and that costs them money, that's something I don't want to, I don't want to live with that. And I know he's an established farmer, and not to say he can survive not getting his beans in as early, but I'm not doing that to him. I told him what we would do. I think the biggest thing that's given us success, garnered us the success that we have, is number one, I think that some people fail on, is to answer your phone. Pick up your phone and answer and communicate to people. That's a big thing. Whether it be picking up acres to make or customers. You know, no sale's too small, even though it's annoying sometimes. I haven't turned anyone away. I have made it more difficult, I guess, for very, very, very specific customers. Like somebody who wants one bale and they need it today, I might turn that one person away if we're busy baling, right? And I'm talking one small square bale, $5, $8 sale, right? I mean, it's like, well, if I'll be around, you know, tomorrow it's going to rain, yeah, just go on by, let's grab that bale, we can do something tomorrow. I'll do the one bale sale, that's not an issue, but especially when our hay was stored like 2 or 3 miles away and I didn't have any staged at home with that specific cutting, I would be like, yeah, I'm not going to be able to help you out. You know, maybe I would have had time, but I'm not going to go drive 3 miles to grab one bale for a small sale like that. I would probably tell them to wait until I was going over there for something else, and then I just throw that extra bale in the truck and bring it home. But for the most part, that's number one, pick up the phone. Number 2 is communicate, so if something is getting held up, don't just show up 3 days late to a field if you committed to doing it and they're wondering where the heck you're at or something. Communicate, let them know what's going on. I think that's big. And then following through on what you're doing. You know, there's equipment breakdowns, weather, all this stuff, but there's always things you can do to make it better. So we'll see what we can do. The pressure's building. Let's just hope we can come out on the other side and at least get something knocked out. I think straw split up. It's a lot. It's all in one place, but it's split up into 2 fields, I believe. I haven't really gone to look at the fields, to be honest. I just know where they're at in passing. But hopefully we can get a couple fields baled off for him, or portions, so he can do some planting if, for whatever reason, we can't get there right away. So let's get this hay loaded up here and catch you. All right, that's all loaded. 40 acres picked up. Now I got to go pick up the rake on the way home. Let's shift it into road view here. Let's go. Oh, now that's fast. Well, one thing checked off. That's a really good feeling. It's not even noon yet. It's like 11:20 or something like that. By the time I get back, it'll be noon. By the time I get to the field and start baling, we're looking at probably closer to 1 o'clock. We still got to grease the baler. Stitches are feeling pretty good today. Still keeping it covered. Finger's still really swollen and doesn't bend really well, but look how nice this field looks behind me here. So, like I was saying earlier, reputation's a huge thing. You get into this, you want to do customer, you want to pick up acres, you want to pick up customers. The reputation's huge. I want a nice, clean barnyard. I want, and we got that big pad. It's going to be easy getting customers in and out. It's going to be easy for me getting in and out with equipment and hauling in hay. I want my barn to be organized, neat. I want equipment that's well taken care of. I may not always have the nicest equipment, and don't get me wrong, this tractor is really nice. I really like this tractor, and a lot of our tractors are really nice now. Like our skid steer's kind of junky, that trailer's got a tail light missing out of it, and it's rusty and bent grub rails. I keep bending them back, but it seems like you go, other people unload off the trailer, whether it be at an auction yard or buyers, they get banged into, so I got to bend them back again. But you can't always have nicest stuff, right? You got to go where the money's at, and but at the end of the day, what I mean reputation, what I'm really getting down to is the quality of work and how I work with folks. I try to keep high expectations and always meet them for people. So when we bale hay on other people's property, if we're doing it by the ton, I want to pay them promptly. I want to harvest it properly, and I want to leave them with a very nice looking field. So you saw the field behind me, it's mowed well. It really, really irks me and bugs me when it doesn't mow clean, and sometimes in thinner hay, these disc bines, can be difficult, and that really bothers me. It's not really leaving hardly any tonnage out there, but it's enough to bother me. I'll spend the extra, 10 minutes cleaning up stuff that maybe got missed with the rake, in the corner. Sometimes you don't always get it perfect with the rake, so I just don't leave hay out there in the field. I really hate that too. I want, basically, when we pull out of the field, done baling, and the whole field just looks identical. The stubble's all the same height, and it's cut clean. All the hay is baled and removed off the field. We're not leaving strings. We're not leaving, a couple piles of hay that's going to sit there and rot. And one, look ugly. Two, kill the hay underneath it. And I certainly don't want to leave round bales out there for 2 weeks and have 6 inches of regrowth around them when we're going in there with trailers and a loader and loading them out. I hate doing that too. Really haven't done that. I know some folks do, and if you're raising your own hay for your own cattle, I get it, whatever. It don't bother me what other people do, but for me, if my name's attached to that, my equipment's out there, and maybe people know or don't know, those who do know drive by and recognize me or recognize the equipment, and I want them to see that we're doing the best that we can with what we have. And I guess it's kind of, I don't know if anyone locals watching these videos, but if you ever heard the Must Be Nice thing, you watch these, we haven't had much of anything handed to us. We haven't, I guess. The things we've had handed to us, I'd say, is opportunities. And I can't say that I deserved all of them. What I can say is I certainly have done my best to make sure none of those opportunities have gone to waste. And that's all I can do. So we do our best to put a good image out there, a good reputation, so people want to work with us. Those opportunities aren't mine to be given. Those are freely given of others who want to work with us and give us the chance to prove ourselves and give us the chance to make a name for ourselves and grow our operation. And I guess you could say that stuff's handed to us. But, I suppose that stuff could be handed to any other one person who's out there and fighting for these opportunities and really busting their tail and working towards this. And it takes time. Don't get me wrong. We've streamlined this. It's just crazy how quick we've grown this operation, just how fast we've grown it, and what we've been able to accomplish. And I don't want to understate any of that or try to say it's anything special we've done. All I've done different than others is just try to do the best I can. And I look at some other people who are maybe further along than me, or maybe in similar boat to me. There's some other people who just run like crazy, and I feel like we're kind of progressing pretty good, and we're catching up to them. And I'm not trying to say I need to catch up to any one person. I'm happy where I'm at and doing what I'm doing and doing my own thing. I'm not trying to copy anyone else, but I see other people, there's plenty of other people out there who do hay or farm that work a lot harder than I do and run longer days. You know, shoot, I hit a wall at like 11:30 at midnight, and some of these people are still picking up bales well into 2 o'clock, 3 in the morning, and they're putting in more hours than I am, and I'll sleep in. If I'm working till midnight, you know, I'm not getting done eating dinner till 1 o'clock after I shower, and shoot, I'll sleep in till 8:30 in the morning the next day, and I'm not getting up at 6 a.m. and working till 2 a.m. every night. I can't do it. I really can't. There's other people who do, and God bless them. You know, they've earned every bit of success that they've gotten and accumulated. They've worked for that. They've earned it. They deserve it. So I'm not trying to say I'm outworking any one other person. I'm not saying I'm any smarter than any other one person. I guess I'm just, you know, the right opportunities have been placed in my lap, and I haven't squandered them, and I'm not saying other people have squandered the opportunities if they haven't grown or been as successful as they want to, but I'm just very grateful for what we've been given and really excited for where things are going. But the stress is unsurmountable. I mean, holy cow, this. My wife had a doctor's appointment today, and they said if she was 1 week further along, I think she's like 36 weeks, given her blood pressure results, they would have induced her today probably. So, man, if you think we're stressed right now, if they would have held her for observation and induced her around midnight tonight, we'd really be up a creek without a paddle. I put some feelers out there to see if I can get someone to haul bales for me. If I can do that, that'd really help, and I can start big square baling tomorrow if the rain holds. That's the issue with farming. You have no control over what the forecast does, what the weather does. So you're fighting an uncontrollable, it's the climate. You're fighting the biology, which isn't uncontrollable, but at the end of the day, you have no control over how biology works, but you understand how it works. Right? Like 100-day corn or this maturity bean is going to mature and ripen in X amount of days. It's somewhat predictable, some of that stuff. And you understand biology of hay and how evaporation and transpiration takes place and how quickly, like all that stuff, but biology doesn't really work on your clock, so you don't always have control over that, but you can do things to get around biology, like tedding, like preservatives, like crimpers, but no control over biology, no control over the environment. You don't always have control over equipment. You can buy nice stuff with warranty, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to hold up. So you always have all these uncontrollable factors and always these big lofty things you want to get done sometimes. Maybe I'm just pushing too hard and that's why it's so much, but to get to where we want to go, we can't just sit idly by and just hope things come to us. Man, sorry I started rambling there, but brakes hooked up. Let's get ready to go bale some straw. We got a couple small things to do yet, and then we're going to be in the straw. Well, it's about 12:20 right now. I'm ready to get some straw through this baler and get her dialed in. We got number 4. We already had 2 emptied. They're about done emptying their second wagon, unloading the second wagon. So that put us with 4 empties, and they're all bigger wagons. So with these 4 empties, I think we can probably bale close to 550 to 600 bales, give or take, maybe a scooch more. So that's a heck of a good start to straw. Hopefully they can keep going and we can really get some stuff pounded out here today. I'd love to see it. But late start that I wanted. I'm hoping we get the first bale on wagon by 1 o'clock. I don't really know how many miles away it is. It's maybe only 6 miles as far as the crow flies, but with the highway construction that we got to get across, we got an extra few miles to drive, and it might be closer to 10 miles, so we could be looking at a half-hour drive. Who knows? Said he had about 26 acres off. I don't know if there's another field he already finished, but this is the one I see first, so this is where I'm going to start in on. Looks like there's a good amount out there. Well, before I get too carried away, let's check some density here. The nice thing about straws, I ain't got to worry about moisture. See how these bales feel. Oh, I like how that one feels really good. I dialed it up just a hair. I might add a little more tension on. We'll go just a touch more, but I'm really happy with how they feel. I got grease on my hands. First bale out that pulled the grease off the knotters. Awesome. Well, first load's loaded. Not super full, about 141 bales. I didn't notice any misties. Definitely had 2 fall off there. But yeah, we're getting through it. still a lot to bale, obviously, but we're started. This opening the field up, it'll make it a lot nicer for unhooking and getting on the next wagons. Getting just a couple rows off, we'll have room to turn around and not do as much dimmying around. Finally back to this end of the field, we got our two empties. I'm not sure who the heck that is. See that? That's blue. Is that a Shelbourne? I was on the harvest run for a summer, and I faintly remember running one of them Shelbourne. Not me, I was on the grain cart. But seeing them run those stripper headers, those blue Shelbournes, I think that's what they're called. I could be wrong. I don't remember the name brand, to be honest. But I don't anyone around here who's running those, but that'd be kind of neat. Not really sure. You need a lot of acres to justify one of those things, I would think. Because you're obviously not running it in beans, and wheat is not a big cash crop out here in Ohio, in our part at least. Guys, I think I got it dialed in. It was making some banana shaped bales where it had more material on one side than the other. I adjusted the packer fork and now they look pretty even side to side. People like to make fun of these New Holland balers for doing that, but if you feed them full and you have it adjusted right, it makes a darn nice bale. Watch this next one come out. Yeah, you can still see it's a little lopsided to one side, but I got it in the bottom hole. I put it to the top hole, which is way wrong. It really gave me some ugly looking bales. Made a few bales that way. Quickly realized I adjusted it the wrong direction. But right now, it looks like we're getting some good stuff. But holy cow, there's a wad. Let's put it back to feed. The clutch on this tractor is way too touchy for my liking. Yep, this would be load number 2. Probably put us close to 300 bale. Definitely a good start. Sounds like our help has to leave at 2 o'clock, so as long as they get the hay unloaded, we might be able to get 1,000 bale of straw put up today. And switch over to big square baling and see what we can get knocked out. But at least we'll get some ends baled off. Those things are really hard to get dried up again if you do get a rain on them. So that's my goal here today, which basically I got one more load to do. There's some end rows over on the other end where he's got the wagons parked. I don't know if we'll get them or not, but at least this side will be done. We got about 2.5 rows plus headlands baled off. 3 loads, 396 or so. And I think I got 2 empties left. And then we're gonna start big square baling. So maybe we'll do that after. That's what I've been waiting on. Here's my next wagon. We got 3 more to fill before we're switching to big squares for the day. Really cranking them out. There's my wife coming down the road. She just swapped this wagon in. I already got probably 30 bales on it and she's not even past the field yet, so we're moving along pretty good here. My dad should be coming with another empty, I hope soon, and we'll see if we can keep the baler rolling. I just hate sitting idly by when there's work to do. I hope we can get to the end of this row. This is my last wagon. Switch over. I got a big thing's coming tonight. We'll see what we can get done. If the rain holds off, we're really going to knock out some acres. bale count once we get to the other end. 759 bales, people. That's not bad. That's really a heck of a good start. I was hoping for 1,000 to 1,500 on the day. I knew that was kind of optimistic. I didn't realize the kids were leaving at 2 o'clock. They were going to keep unloading. I absolutely, no doubt in my mind, we could have done 1,000 bale today. Only would have been 2 more loads. 750, yeah, it'd been 2 more loads. We would have had 1,000 bale if we had all 8 wagons emptied. But oh well, it's all right. We're still moving. I'm gonna go home, grab the big square baler. I got someone who wants 200 round bales too. And I don't know how quickly we can deliver out of the field, but the big squares I'm gonna do, I think it's about 180-ish. He was thinking 200 round bales. This one guy was, and he changed his mind and wanted to go with big squares. We'll deliver to him right out of the field. Now, another guy's wanting 200 round bales, but the initial guy with the 200 round bales, he just wants the equivalent amount in big squares. I'm assuming that's gonna be about 180 big squares, or roughly 6 trips with the gooseneck. Now the other guy, a little further away, another 15 minutes of driving further. This guy wants 200 round bales as well. No hurry on delivery on that one, but I'm hoping we can push those out pretty quick. So we might end up bringing both balers out here yet tonight, because it's gonna rain, it sounds like. So I don't want a big square bale anything more than what we can haul today before the rain, and the rain might come before we even get started big square baling, or baling again anyhow. So we'll see what happens. All I know is I need a ride home, and all my wagons are full. I gotta put all those in the dry, back them in with the skid steer into the barn, and then I'm gonna take off for the field with the big square baler unless radar looks less than optimistic, in which case I might just come straight out here with the round baler and start round baling, and then just let them get rained on. That'd be fine. So they can still be plugging away and get some acres knocked out. I guess we'll see what the forecast looks like in a couple hours when I'm getting geared up to head back this way. But the round baler still needs greased up and hooked up, and the tractor to pull it needs fuel, and we need another roll of net wrap put in the round baler while the big square baler is ready to go. It might need more twine, but it's got enough for today. So I'd like to just come out with the big square baler and have my wife put fuel into that tractor and get that ready with my dad, so we can keep plugging away. But I'm really hoping to pull the rain off for tonight, and we can knock out maybe 30 or 40 acres and almost have this halfway done. And shoot, if the rain gets pushed off from tomorrow, we could about finish all of our straw that we have lined up in one day. And someone called me about either custom round baling or maybe buying some straw out of the field as well. About maybe it's 15 miles north of here or so, and no rush on that. He wants to put beans in this, so I'm really hoping to get this done. That field, I might actually take him up on the buying the straw, because I didn't have a buyer for the rest of the straw out of this other than the small squares, the 4,000 to 6,000, and then the 180 big squares. Now I got another 200 round bales of straw sold. I got to do some math and figuring to see if they'll need more acres than this, but I'm okay storing some. I was fully intending on storing straw, but shoot, we might have enough buyers. You know, all I'd be storing is these small squares, so we won't have to store any rounds or big squares, but I would pick up more acres and store some to have some to sell, but we'll see how things go. I feel like we chewed off quite a bit. See headlands here, they're all bailed off. All right, we got one wagon left to haul home. Let's get these backed into the barn. Waiting on my dad to bring a wagon, or my wife. Actually, I want my wife first because she's got the straw wagon. So we'll put one more load of straw, then the 2 loads of hay in the front. We got 3 loads of straw, 1 load of straw, there's 4. Did we only fill 5? I thought we filled 6. Then 1 must have got taken home. All right, well, I don't know what's going on apparently. looks like there's a few wagons at the house. I hope he brings back a load of straw because, yeah, I don't know what's going on anymore. I do like that we can just back them in the barn and be done, and they're under roof. And if we get rain, we get rain. Who cares? We'll have nothing in bale for them sitting out getting rained on. I am so over the moon. This barn it's going to be a huge labor saving thing just having this outlet. So, well, guys, if you like making plans and sticking to them, I'd advise against getting into farming. Let's go round bale some straw. I was hoping a big square bale tonight, but with the chance of rain and my wife needing to still bake for the farmer's market and it already being as late as it is, I said, you just stay home and bake. I'm going to go round bale till dark or until it rains. So we'll get something done today. I think that kid's coming in the morning to unload. I don't know if we'll be able to reload anything in them today, tomorrow, but if we can, that puts us at like 1,700 bales. If we can reload all of the wagons, that'd be 1,000 bales plus the 760 or 750 we baled already today. That'd be a great start. I'd be all about that. Yeah, I'd like to see what we can get done this weekend before Allison's appointment Monday. So if we're gonna have a third kid here in 4 days, I certainly don't want to be in over my head and way behind on some straw. I think we had a good opportunity here to knock some acres out. If by tomorrow we get through 60 or so acres of it, I'd be pretty happy. Maybe even 70. I think those are all realistic goals. I mean, we big square baled, and well, we had the small square baler going too, and big square baler, but we did about 90 acres 2 days ago. This stuff's a little thicker being straw, but the first cut should be pretty thick too, but it just isn't this year. Yeah. All right, let's go bale some straw then. Well, I'm really hoping we can get a lot baled today, but holy cow, you see all that wind here behind me? Let's angle this. Let's get this bale drop. It looks like rain to the west. Oh my gosh. I really hope we can get something done tonight. I want more than one row. At least that would be handy. Shoot, it is windy. We've already got 8 bales knocked out. Don't sound like a lot, but we haven't even finished one row yet. That's a lot. Oh my gosh. Wind's really picking up now. Something's coming in. I hope it ain't rain. I hope it stays north because the radar showed it go north. But man, this is just blowing like crazy. Let's lay it down. Look at that. I am so glad I had a cab. So glad. Oh man, these old days. I mean, I had a cab, but it was had to keep the windows open because there's no AC. And you know how some people say they've gotten to a certain point, it's like they look back and they're like, I don't know how we ever did it that way. I know exactly how I did it that way. Just determination, because I want to be in the exact seat I'm sitting in right now. Air conditioning, nice cab, it's quiet, it's comfortable, things are going smooth. This is exactly what I've been wanting for so long, and I was just willing to suffer through 4 years of bailing. The dust just circulating around. You had to have hearing protection on. And I didn't like doing that when I was bailing, so you just kind of bail until your head hurts. The noise just rattles around in the cab all day. All right, this is for one row finished, and I think that was 9 bales. Holy cow. Let's see if we can see some of those bales when I turn around here. They look pretty good. The nice thing I like about baling straw, you don't have to worry a great deal about swerving because the windrows are just that wide. I probably should be skipping windrows. Yeah, it picked up all that. Alrighty. But no, it was getting near miserable bailing how we used to, and this is nice. Oh, we almost got a bale made already. I can't believe how quick this is just filling up. The bales look darn nice. Let's look at some of these. If I had more time, I'd get out of the cab and show you them, but I don't. I mean, I got time. I guess I could make it, but if there's rain coming, I want to be bailing. It doesn't matter if these get rained on. I already called the guy on the way here just to clarify what he wanted. He said it doesn't matter if if they're stored outside, doesn't matter if they get rained on as long as it's dry when it was baled. It's dry right now. We're gonna bale. If they get rained on after we get them baled, it's not gonna matter. Took a little bit for it to grab the net wrap. Usually when I change a roll out, sometimes it'll just start wrapping right away because it's a big roll. It takes a little bit of momentum to get it going and to grab it, to start spinning that. So it's not unique that I'll have to clear the code and press wrap a second time. But to do it like 3 times, I was kind of like, maybe I didn't do something right, but it wrapped. We'll see if it wraps the next bale, I guess. As quick as these are going, we're going to go through net wrap in no time. Crap's getting expensive too. It used to be like $212 a roll. I think now it's up to $240 or something. I like these New Hollands because on the front you can see it actually wrapping. So I don't know how much you can pick up through my dusty, dirty window. Yep, it's wrapping. Picked up right away, so we're good now. It's sometimes that first bale after you change rolls, it can take a little bit for the duckbills to grab that. And that's what that little metal shoehorn thing, whatever looking thing is, that you push the net wrap through. I know some people, they actually spread it across the rollers to widen it out. So I don't know. I just put it in and I wrap it. And maybe that first bale out isn't got shoulder to shoulder coverage on the first wrap or so, but oh well, it'll buff. Man, look at all those round bales. We just hit the 101 bale mark. Focus out. I won't show with the dust. But 101 bales, I believe that's what that was. Yep, that's a lot of bales. I'm shooting for 200, maybe 210. That's kind of the goal for tonight. And then we'll park it. And tomorrow, hopefully we'll be back in the field. Small square baling again. As you can see, the round bales aren't all the way to the road. We got about 4 rows off with the small square baler. Maybe it was 5, I don't remember. Man, some of these rows got like 10 round bales in them. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. I'm doing like a 52-inch bale. Wasn't 54. I'm like, let's go down to 52. These are nice, solid, really nice looking bales. Because part of me, I don't know, I'm getting too ambitious and ahead of myself. I know it ain't happening now, but when I was at like bale 50 or something, man, I'm like, man, we're cooking. We're really moving through this. Maybe I'll have my wife come get me, and I'll come right back out with the big square baler and start in on that, because the rain ain't coming until tomorrow night. The more I look at it, I mean, the sun, I don't know where the heck it's at. It's behind a cloud. I don't have enough time. By the time we get 100 more bales out, it's going to be dark. Last thing I want to do is go drive a tractor down the road and start into a field in the dark. Now, it wouldn't be hard. The windrows would be easy to find, and the tractor's got lights and 4-ways, and the 4-ways work on the baler and everything, but I don't know if I'd really gain enough to justify that, or if I should just wait till tomorrow and be fresh and feeling good and get going on some unloading in the morning, maybe help the kids unload a few loads, and then head out with the big square baler at that point. And if I have a few loads emptied, my wife can start hauling after the farmer's market. And after the farmer's market, she can start hauling wagons, which would be really nice. And then I can get back into get back into small square baling. And if we got enough help, if they can stay long enough, I don't know. All I know is they want to start at like 9 in the morning, maybe 8 in the morning, not starting. I got to talk to my wife when she comes and gets me later. She's the one talking to them and lining all the help up. But so I know today, all I knew was when they were starting, I didn't realize they had to leave at 2 o'clock. So I had plans for one thought process without realizing how long we'd have help, but they did great. I'm so grateful for that. Tomorrow, hopefully, I think we got 3 kids coming, so we should be able to punch out some wagons with that. If we get me like 6 loads emptied, I'd get another 700 bale off. That'd be huge. But if they can get everything emptied with 1,000, that puts us at 1,700. If I can at least get 4,000 bales off, I'd be pretty happy camper. But I think I got some more acres, another 20 or 35, or sorry, it's another 20, maybe 25 acres lined up of straw that there is no rush on. So basically, once we get caught up, finish this field, maybe start the 6-second cut, we can hop into that field and tie up some loose ends of whatever we need. The guy who wants 200 round bales says it's all he's got money for right now, but he'd probably take 300 to 500. So I'm at the point where we'll just big square bale what we need for the one guy. I'd like to see 4,000 to 6,000 small squares, and then after that, we'll just start round baling until we hit that, say, 400 to 500 bale mark. And then if there is anything left after that, which I don't think there will be, but say there is, then we'll just start big square baling broadly. But we'll see how things go. Definitely getting through some acres now. It's feeling pretty good. We'll see how good it feels when it's time to start hauling all these bales away. Because holy cow, they're a lot. 30 bales per load. 210 bales is my goal, just to get to an even 30 bale load. So if I have 10 left over, he can't take or whatever, that's fine. But that'd be about 7 loads out of the field. And I know the last field we're doing about a 2-hour cycle. You know, about a 2-hour cycle between loads. This is a few miles closer, and the bales are pretty compact. I mean, as far as how close they are in proximity to one another. See, we'll be driving as far for bales. Perhaps we get that down to an hour 45, hour and a half cycle time. So if we have 7 loads, we're looking at like 10 and a half hours to haul the round bales away. So, I mean, a really, really good day to haul them, but, you know, I'd be done in about 12 hours with just the gooseneck. We haul a few loads with the flat racks, we could probably get them knocked out in a day without an issue. Big squares or another thing, I don't know. I'm not sure how many loads of that. I think we can get everything we need on 6 loads. That's probably going to be closer to that 2.5 hour cycle on those. With all things considered, we might be able to get everything hauled in about 2 days of hauling. It just depends, can we get any hauling started tomorrow or not. If tomorrow goes really well, we might be looking at being close to being done mailing this which would be really cool. But at the end of the day, if we have to hold up and slow down on baling to accommodate the small square baling and the capacity that allows us, we may do that. But weather kind of forces our hand in one direction or another. We may just hold off, get what we get, and then look at small square baling later when the window reopens on a different field. 185 bales and counting. It's definitely getting them pounded out here pretty quick. I was expecting to work a lot later today, but I might be done by 9:30, 9:45. Really, it'll be an early night for me. It'll be really nice. And they'll get a full 8 hours in tonight. I don't have a lot of craziness going on because I'm not getting up early to haul any of this. 9 o'clock's when they're coming to unload. I'd like to maybe help with a load or two. I can still do something as long as I got a hook. I can't do a whole lot with this hand. Having just gotten stitches in it. I think today's July 3rd. The stitches could get pulled out July 10th. This is my 3rd time getting stitches, and my neighbor's a nurse, so she'll just come and pull them out for me. So really nice having connections like that when you need them. Unfortunately, when you need them, I think we're at 185. Sorry, 175. Did I say 185? 175. So about 25 more bales to go. I'm going to quit around 200 bales. Because that's going to be, I just don't know the shape of this field. I know it wraps and goes down along the other side of that ravine. I don't know if it goes down there somewhere. I don't know. I don't even know how many acres this field is. I really don't remember. It's been a while since I talked to him about it, and I just haven't asked him since. I just figured we'll bail what we get, you know. I know it's over 100. I'm pretty sure it's under 120. I don't remember where it is in between those two numbers. I think it's like 106 or 116 or something like that. But this definitely, to me, feels like we've gotten close to 40 or 50 acres baled off here already. So we might have almost gotten half of it chewed off in one day. So that's really, I'm really happy about that. It's definitely a great start to straw. I hope we can keep this momentum and keep pushing. All right, there you have it, guys. 200 bales. So I don't know how many acres we got off. I know last time I baled a straw, it's been 2 years, with the same baler, same size bales, I think, we averaged 8 bales an acre. Now, if we're doing that same tonnage, that's only 25 acres here. This looks like a lot more than 25 acres. To me, it feels like 35 to 40, but I don't know. That's just the round bale portion, I guess, the 25 acres I'm talking. Now, we also small square baled like 760 bales, so I figure, say it's 100 bale an acre. If it is, that's roughly like 7.5 acres in small squares. So if this is like the same heavy yielding stuff that I baled before on his ground, now this is different ground than where we baled before. This is, I don't know how good this ground is. I know the stuff that he farms closer to his home place is much nicer. So perhaps that could attribute to how much we were getting. Yeah, if that's the case, really heavy yielding stuff, that means we probably got about 32 acres baled. But just my guess is we're in that 45 to 60 range total acres baled. I don't know, I'm having a hard time gauging things, especially now that it's dark. I've been in the cab all day as some form or another, so yeah, all in all, not a bad day. It's been a very long week and it's not even done yet, but I wasn't super optimistic about today. But man, have we been productive and gotten a lot done. It's been a darn good day. 2 days ago, it was kind of the same way, really. Thought we were off to a slow start and we ended up getting 90 acres of hay baled. Really good day then too. Yesterday, I was hoping to get more hauled. Yesterday was kind of one of those days you kind of have these expectations of X, Y, and Z I'd like to get done, and you don't quite accomplish it all, but today's one of those really good days. So let's take it while we can get it and be happy for it. There's the white. There's the balers. My wife literally just pulled in. I'm gonna let this cool down for a little bit. It's good to let it cool down just a hair. From my understanding, it's good on the turbo. You don't want to shut it down when everything's good and hot because the turbos are oil cooled, so we'll let things cool down a hair before we shut her down. But that's all we got here today, folks. Catch us on tomorrow's video. It's gonna be barrels of fun. I'll have to look at the Google Maps on this and just see how big this field is, because I'm not seeing a ton of acres left. I just know a lot of it's hidden and down in this ravine and around this, that, and the other. I don't know. We'll see how things go tomorrow, though. I'm sure we'll figure out how much there is left in this field. And those who farm maybe in the Appalachians probably more experience than I do. Because around here, it's flat, square fields with no trees, and you can see every inch of that field the minute you pull into it. Here, a lot of this is hidden, so we're going to figure it out as we go along here.